Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sleeper series. Now, this one's a bit unconventional. This is going to be a recap of all the quick little sleep session reviews that I did while I was on vacation and my family camping trip. Now, I did record the screen for all of them. For the first couple ones, I was trying to record my voice for them, and I actually was kind of intending to upload them. So they may come off as me trying to say, "Oh, here, I I've like as if they're each their own individual videos, but as the time went on, I found it to be more increasingly difficult to actually get cell reception to be able to upload them, and increasingly more difficult to find time to really have alone time away from all my family members who were just wanting to spend time with me. So I wasn't really able to record even my voice for all of them. The first couple ones, though, do have my reaction, so I'll be showing you those, and then I'll be discussing what happened with the later videos here live reacting after that. So I'll with no further ado, here's the start of the week, and you'll just see it go by. And as we get to the ones that don't have any of me talking, then I'll just tune in, and you'll have me talking about it again. So yes, thank you, and we'll enjoy the show.
Just a quick sleep session review, just to see what I saw. Don't know what I saw. Hey, that looks like a dozing graph. Yeah, definitely a dozing graph. What do you know? H bombs. That is good to see, especially for end of week. Atkins, we do like to see that. Absol's off our list. I'm hesitant with catching Caterpie because it's right on the edge of almost not legal. It's technically legal by standards of this account, but it's right on the borderline for berry specialists, and if they add just another bad berry specialist to the game, like another Musharna, then Butterfree is going to be illegal on this account again. I may end up adding some sort of grandfather clause, but I don't know, that feels kind of against the spirit of this account, so I don't intend to do that. I've thought about it, but I don't intend to. I don't think it's a good idea. Alrighty, so yeah, I think Atkins is the biggest goal here, biggest target. We'll just casually feed the Ekans, if it will let us. My data has been terrible, I'm gonna be honest. We'll see if this even works. Or if the... Oh, would you look at that? It only took, I don't even know how long. This campground doesn't have the best of reception. This phone doesn't have its own Wi-Fi, so it doesn't have its own data because it's not actually connected to any provider. So, yeah, it's just for the sake of this game. Because that I have the hotspot off my other phone to be able to access it on this phone. So, as for which candy to send out, honestly, none of this is good candy to send out. It's between the Absol for rarity, and then I guess the Caterpie for the next island, but that's so common. Maybe Croagunk for oil? Or Gulpin. Man, these are like a boatload of mid options. I could genuinely see an argument for every single candy to send out here. So I'm just going to go with what my gut tells me. And, you know what? I'm going to go with what I would most appreciate on my account. On my account isn't every account. But personally, I'm in a spot where Ekans is what I would want most. And I know that I'm one of my own friends, so I'm going to be a little greedy here and send out Ekans on for my other account. Gulpin would be probably a close second for me personally. Woof. I'm so sorry. The options were limited. Psyduck is also a reasonable one I could see. Some people are gonna grill me for sending out Ekans candy. There are a lot of people that don't want that, but oh well. Bashful Nature. No thing of note. He's candy. Candy, candy, candy. Alrighty. Well, looks like this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Journal series. Oh no, this is not the Daily Journal series. This is Sleep Sleepers. Whoops. Sorry if I faked any of you out there. Camping has been. I mean, we're camping. The sleep has been a bit difficult to. Sometimes we have long load times, as you can see here. I don't know why I actually clicked into this. Whoops. Oh, device is offline. That's great. I still have reception on the phone that's hotspotting, so let's hope this works. These are the struggles that I'm facing. So let's choose next research site. Get this out of the way. This phone, Sleepers account, we're going to Greengrass again, primarily to get 60%. Also, we don't really care too much about many of the spawns this week. We either already have a good version of whatever is boosted, or it isn't something that we particularly care about. Or it spawns everywhere, like Eevee. Eevee would be kind of nice for other potential evolutions, but we mostly just want the candy from Eevee to level up our Leafeon. So that's like the big thing we're looking for there. But yeah, the biggest reason why we're going back to Greengrass is just for that game, that plus 5% to get it to 60%. That would be kind of huge. Now we're hoping for dessert, 60 10 point stones, I believe is what I was targeting. Desserts, we landed it. What do you know? The berries don't really synergize super well with our team, but we wanted desserts, and that was the biggest thing. And given that it's a meal focus week, I am not re-rolling for berries on a free-to-play account, so that's alright to me. Glad to see an extra tasty trigger right away at the start of the week. That is always a good thing. Wait, was it? No, we were stockpiling tomatoes. Why were we stockpiling tomatoes? Maybe there's something else we wanted. I'm genuinely forgetting, but honestly, I don't think this week's gonna be that strong anyway. After I got out here and saw how bad the reception is, the campground, honestly, I think this week's kind of botched anyway. So, for me, I'm just taking it. It's gonna be a very chill week, especially on the sleepers where we don't really have access to reliable connection to anything because the phone itself doesn't have data and I need a hotspot in order to actually have connection. So I'll probably be missing meals on the sleepers fairly regularly. We'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah, I feel like we wanted... Okay, well, first thing is out of the way. Comfey, because this is one thing that I do not want to miss out on. If I will consider this week a success if I just remember to use Candy Boost every day. Whoa, man, we do not have those kind of Dream Shards, but we do have those kind of Dream Shards if I'm willing to expend some clusters, which I've been needing to make more space in my bag anyway, so that's alright with me. We're gonna just clear up some of those. It was like 32,000, let's just do 32. 32 Dream Clusters, why not? I know that saving them longer does help more because they get more valuable with higher research ranks, but that's realistically, you have to spend, I see it as you spend money to make money. So in this situation, it's worth it because I'm spending it to make more Dream Shards later, is the idea behind it. Money now is always worth more than money later. if used wisely. That's also a key thing. And this is one of my primary investments, so there we go. First candy used on the Comfey. It's level 56. We do want to get this guy to level 60 to get more corn. Now, yeah, we weren't making tea time corn snows. We actually were targeting salads, come to think of it. I think it was actually salads we were wanting, but oh well. Honestly, I'm okay with saying, you know what? After seeing how the reception is out here, I thought this was going to be doable. But after seeing the reception and seeing how difficult it's going to be for me to manage during this camping week, I don't think it's worth it for me to try and make a significant push for Pack Portions Week, because I think that my team is just all right. Like, we're not going to do well anyway. So, I'll try with desserts, which takes, the one that we would be making is the, well, we can attempt on, well, let's go together a quick team. I'm not going to run any calculations for it. We're just going to plug it all in. So, definitely Leafeon for some milk support, while also providing healing. Comfey for corn and ginger. We're going to need a lot more corn, though, if we can. So maybe Drifblim stays on just for more corn support. If we want to try and make Tea Time Corn Stones, because we do have boosted pot size this week, then we could also throw on the Musharna. Which, can we get it to level 30? Probably not, but we can. Wow, I had no clue of that. We can probably get it to level 25 easily to get ingredient finding S, which normally is a bad thing on berry specialists, or like a bad thing. I don't really see it as a bad thing, but it helps for what we need the Musharna for. We can't quite get it to 30, and I'm not spending my handy candies on the Musharna. So, we'll do that for a little bit more milk. Milk from Leafeon, milk from Musharna. Corn and ginger from Comfey. What's the last ingredient in Tea Time Corn Stones? I think it's apples. So I guess Pinsir? I think Pinsir would be the best option there. If we had normal berries favored, then probably Raticate, but we don't. So, oh, I guess I can't see it because I've never actually made that recipe before. We'll run Raticate, I guess. Or not Raticate, Pinsir. He'll produce the most apples for sure. Yeah, this guy. I could sub-skill seed him, but I'm going to hold off on that longer still. Because sub-skill seeds are very valuable on this account. So, I think that's the last thing in Tea Time Corn Stones. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too worried about this week. The sleepers is going to be botched anyway. Can we even make any meals right now with the ingredients we have? We can make explosion corn, popcorn, which I think is the play right now, even though we're going to run low on corn. I think it's best to just try and make whatever meal we can. Ginger, we're going to have an excess out for sure. Tomatoes we do not need now, so I'll just use that as filler. I know for a fact it's not going to be part of the meal we're making. Let's just make it. Here you go, Electrode. Oh. Am I going to lose connectivity? Am I having a connection error? Oh, we are having a connection error. Wait. My phone reconnected to the internet. No? Okay. I may need to make this meal again. These camping adventures are going to be a saga. I mean, quite the saga. Okay. We already know what we're doing here. Explosion popcorn with a boatload of tomatoes. The yummiest of all popcorns. Don't you all love it when your popcorn is over half tomatoes? 31,000 strength though, pretty solid despite like, yeah, on a non-crit especially, that'd be almost 100,000 right away if it did crit. Plus 6, oh yeah, that's right, there's plus 5 energy this week from meals. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Oh well, sleep session time. Now that we've taken care of all the swapping over and all that jazz. But yeah, I decided to cut my losses and make it just a simple week. We're kind of semi-ignoring that it's an event week going on. That was like a dozing graph. That is a dozing graph. Eight spawns. Oh, and this is end of week before the event. Okay, Gulpin. Whoa, that Gulpin's like freaking out. Halday and Wooper. I forgot that he can spawn at green grass. I always forget we can spawn at green grass. Okay, wow, lots of angry monkeys this morning. And a Caterpie. Of all the Pokemon here, I think our best catch is probably a Mankey? Because we don't have the main skill sets to really invest in a Gulpin. And we don't really need a Dream Shard farmer like that anyway, so... I guess I could go for a Gulpin, but... I've already got a phenomenal, I almost said Annihilate, Primate. Ooh, or... Primate's actually guaranteed catch here. So let's just do that. But even if it's bad, we can just transfer it, its free candies for our Primate. Because we don't really want anything else here, so... Okay, that's pretty much everything. Thank you, Neroli. We're always making serious strides around here. I feel like that's the best thing to send out right now. Yeah, it's definitely Paldean Wooper. We'll send him out. Send out those candies. Okay, what's this Primate got? Bashful nature that's neutral. No berry finding S, no helping bonus. He sucks. I mean, he could be worse, but he's not good. Not worth investing by any means, especially when we have a berry finding S helping bonus one. And we have Gigarilla. Anyway,
Now, okay, let me turn that music down. Okay, I believe this is where I stopped talking. So, this was night 3, I believe, Wednesday, or no, that last one was Sunday night into Monday, so this is Monday night. If you look around, I don't remember what I caught. I'll tell you, I don't remember anything that I caught on the sleepers this last week. I did catch things every night. Or not, I didn't necessarily catch things every night. But I guess that kind of does spoil. Nothing from this week was all that great or notable of a catch. Got some new sleep styles, as you can see. Which was good. Because we're actually nearing the point where we're unlocking Old Gold Power Plant. But we saw a new Pinsir, a new Bulbasaur. Apparently I was missing the 1-star Bulbasaur. Don't know how I've gone this long without ever unlocking the 1-star Bulbasaur. I've even been to Lapis like once or twice on the sleepers, I believe, and yet still did not have that somehow. Pinsir makes a bit more sense. It's a 16-pip Pokemon, pretty rare. Single stage. But Bulbasaur? Anyway. I don't remember why I froze on this. Anyway. As for what to catch here, Pinsir is probably our best option. I believe I ended up going for the Pinsir. We'll see here in a moment. But I don't think I ended up catching it just because, well, I believe it gets all full. I think what's happening there is I'm tapping the skip buttons. Well, maybe not. I'm not so sure. Because it's not showing that I'm tapping them. I'm just being a little bit slow, I guess. I'll be honest, some of these clips I was actually, like, talking or, like, around other people while I was recording them. So, I wouldn't be surprised if my motions are a little bit slow because I was dealing with something else at the same time. So, I think the best I must have gone for the Pinsir. Or the Dugtrio, because it crits. So next time we see a Dugtrio, it should be within catch range. Unless we actually caught it here, which I don't remember. I did feed it again. Although, yes, it did get all full. And that was everything from that morning. You don't really need to see the rest there because, like I said, it's all full. So we'll just go right into the next one. Now this is Wednesday, session 234. Wednesday. What was going on Wednesday? We'll find out here in a moment. I actually did remember to do a sleep session every night, somehow. It was rough. It was a very complicated procedure to put this phone to sleep, but this one with the 1.5 times boost from the good sleep day, pretty nice. Woke up to no new sleep styles, which was pretty surprising. Oh no, there was a new sleep style. The last Bulbasaur we hadn't gotten yet. Now, it made a bit more sense that we didn't have the 3-star Bulbasaur yet. I'm still a bit surprised at the 1-star Bulba. I have to apologize. I'm getting kind of tired. As for what to catch here, there's not really all that much that's sleepers legal. In fact, there might actually be nothing. I didn't see it was on the other side. I don't remember having a morning where there was nothing. But apparently there was this morning, because I'm not seeing anything in that list. I guess Charmander's technically legal. But I didn't go with it because, you know. Oh, Bonsly. Yeah, I definitely just caught the Bonsly. If nothing else, it's candy for my shiny. Pretty simple. Pretty simple catch. Neroli's always telling us how it's serious strides, but I don't think he knows what that means. As for which candy to send out here, we went with the Quaxley. I still do contemplate every morning, just a little bit. Want to make sure I send out the best candies for you guys. As for stats in this Bonsly, Adamant Nature, that's a decent nature. But there is nothing for triggers. That dude's a speed demon. But not really something that we can really be using anyway. Next session. So this was Thursday. Oh yeah, this is the day that I struggled to tap the start now button because the internet was being slow. That one you actually did see the taps there. This is the day that I actually let it sleep for far too long. But it did still, it came in as dozing. Because even though I had it sit on the end table, the camper was shaking enough that from people moving around inside of it, I believe we had bad weather that day. We were locked inside pretty much all day long. The camper was shaking enough that it didn't get the whole slumbering problem because it wasn't sitting still. Alrighty, what did we encounter that night? A top belly Clodsire. That was a new style. And I believe this was the peak of the Good Sleep Day event. So that's why I was able to spawn such a high drowsy power requirement spawn in the Clodsire. Something that I was thinking about, you might be able to, if you want to target specific styles, you might be able to, on a Good Sleep Day, target specifically the ranks where they first show up. Because that's going to give you the lowest drowsy power, so it's not going to risk accidentally spawning something that's too high in drowsy power. But it increases the odds of finding the one that you're on. It was just an idea that I had. Maybe there's something to it. Haven't really looked into it too much. And like I said, I am kind of tired right now, so maybe I'm saying things that aren't 100% accurate. We also saw a new 2-star Quilava. The Flattened Sleep. I gotta say, the Flattened Sleep Quilava looks a lot less flattened than like the Flattened Sleep Cresselia. I feel like the Flattened Sleep Cresselia just straight up looks dead. Like something just ran it over with a car. Meanwhile, Quilava, it's like it's just laying flat, which makes a bit more sense. As for what to catch here, I mean, Pinsir is interesting. Meowth is a Meowth, so it's definitely legal, and will always be forever legal on the sleepers, unless it goes through some sort of major overhaul. But it sucks. So I'm not going to bother with Meowth. So the only thing that we're really interested in here is the Pinsir. So we feed it the Daily Biscuit. He does appreciate his 3 pips. I also decided to check him a few great biscuits because we do want a decent honey farmer eventually. There's a limited number of ingredients that we really have access to on this account, and honey is one that we would like. Not because we necessarily need it, but because it can be useful. But nothing to review there really for stats, so I'll just end it there. As for Friday morning, so this was the last day of the Good Sleep Day event. Still boosted. One thing you'll notice is I get a lot more dozing when I'm camping. The last day of the 1.5 times. Got a full 8 spawns, which is always good to see. 4-star style, a couple 2 stars, and a 3-star. And it's a Fuecoco. How adorable. And we got... I like just the image of the dual Mawwiles, like, at the bottom. Like, they almost look like they're facing each other with their jaws. But then we also got the classic upside-down Magnemite. What a classic. Nothing too crazy, though. There's a Diglett for, like, things that I can catch. I guess I can catch Magnemite as well. But I don't really need what Magnemite can provide, even if it is legal. That's all the Fuecoco styles wrapped up. The Good Sleep Day definitely did help us out. Simultaneously with the event spawns, because it boosted Mawile, so we saw 2 of them. And also with just getting new sleep styles, so... Although I think... Okay, Mawile is one that I'm going to need to consider how I want to evaluate it. Because it could be Sleeper's Legal. Even if it is, though, I don't think I want it. I don't think I want to hunt it. Because oil and corn are like the two things that it does best. And I have the Cramorant for oil and the Comfey for corn. I don't need either of those ingredients. So it's another situation of maybe it's legal. I don't know how I'm going to really evaluate it. It does, I think it does technically meet the threshold of producing less ingredients than the other options for those given ingredients. But at the same time, I don't need it, even if it is something that's legal. So Diglett's what I gunned for. Because I would still like a Diglett for the sake of leaks. It is currently my only option for leaks. That could be changing here. Well, okay. Okay, yeah, I did catch it. Theoretically, it could be changing if Farfetch'd is a mono leak option. And it is... Actually, no, it still wouldn't be. Because the way that I've established the rules for... Yeah. So it'd be a 16-pip Pokemon, so that would make Quaquaval still be illegal. We sent off Cocoa Candy because, duh. It was either that or Mawile, but I feel like Mawile is not going to get used enough for it to be worthwhile, even if it is new, and a 16-pip. There's so many other things for oil and for corn. So, Diglett. What you got for us? Timid nature. The timid curse is finding its way back to us slowly. It's also even got the right ingredient list that we're kind of looking for with the ABB. But unfortunately, not worth it for us. Now this one was a bit more of a rough day. I think I actually got a lower percentage than 100. I don't remember what I got. But I was in a hurry. As you can see there, I tapped through the screen really quickly. Yeah, 93. But I got 8 spawns still, so that's good. And this was Saturday morning, so there's only one more after this one. We saw a Squirtle, a Swalot, a Ghastly, a Wynot, and a Charizard with his arms crossed. What's the sleep style called? Arms crossed sleep. Because here at Pokemon Sleep, we're creative. Really creative. If we're honest, only the 3-star styles are the creative ones. All the other ones are kind of cut and paste in my mind. They have some minor variations, but... Okay, I will give them this. Some of them, like the gators, the turtles, like, they have some unique things going on for them. Like, I know, like, I like the whole one-eyed sleep with the anything that's gator-like. That's a cool little allusion to the Pokemon, or the Pokemon's real-world equivalent. Anyway, as for what we're catching on this specific morning, I believe I just saw that the Swalot had 3 pips left, and saw that there really wasn't much else that I was even the mildest bit interested in. So, Swalot just got a biscuit. Just to top him off. I'd be a little bit disappointed if he was really good, because that'd mean 1 extra main skill seed, which for free-to-play is very expensive. A very, very big draw on the biscuit supply, or seed supply. But if it happens, if we stumble into a good one, it's worth it. Eventually, one day, when we actually need a Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon, which is far from now. Sent out Squirtle, I guess. And then changed my mind to Squirtle at last minute. Squirtle from Squirtle. And as for what the Swalot has got, let's see here. It's got a whole whopping bold nature. That's that speed down. Yippee. No skill triggers. Not very good. Alrighty, hello again, everybody. Well, I guess this isn't really hello again. This is still the same video to you. But randomly, while I was recording the last one, the very last one, the OBS, the streaming software that I use, the software that I use to record my everything, really, just decided to crash. Fortunately, most of the file for the recording that I did was saved and left untouched, but this last part got cut off, so I'm re-recording it. and we'll be editing it onto the end. So yeah, as you can see, it was another morning. 8 spawns. We encountered a new Mawile spawn, or not Mawile style, which is always pretty cool. 2-star. Got 2 of the 4 styles throughout the course of the week, so that is pretty good to see. That's always very interesting and very nice. But yeah, as far as what to catch this morning, really nothing was all that interesting to me aside from maybe the rats. Which the rats are always interesting to me because Snowdrop is kind of an S-tier island for the sleepers, because it is the worst island for everybody else. And that just makes it naturally really good for me. So if I can get a good variant of a mon that has favorite berry there, such as Raticate, then that would just be a huge step forward. That'd be serious strides for the account. So that is something that's a long-term hunt of mine, is to just get at least one Raticate with Berry Fighting S and helping bonus. At least one Giga Rat. Can we get a Giga Rat? I don't know. It's going to take a while. But we had a Hungry Raticate and a Rattata that was missing 1 biscuit. So I thought, you know what? We'll try to catch the Raticate. See if it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. We got the default assumed automatic crit with the 9 biscuits, or the 9 pips. And then over there was Rattata, which we just gave a single biscuit to, so that we can take it home. We didn't want to spend any great biscuits on the Raticate, though, since we can get Raticates, or Rattatas, to evolve for free, or for just 5 pips, which is a lot cheaper of an investment for us. As for which candy to send out, we went with the event Pokemon Mawile. There wasn't too much else that was very interesting in any capacity, so we just decided to go off the newness bias. We're almost to rank 56. Honestly, we'll probably get there in a day or two. More than 1 day, because you guys already know how that 1 day went. Oh, no, maybe it was 1 day. I don't remember. Anyway, it's got helping bonus, which is interesting, but that would have been more useful earlier on. At this point, we're looking for at least helping bonus and some speed, or Berry Fighting S and some speed. We're looking for more than just helping bonus for just Berry Fighting S. But anyway, that is all for today, for this video. It's for as far as the sleepers go. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon, sleep, and the like. Huge shout out to all my channel members. Your support does really mean a lot to me. If you want to become a channel member yourself, do note that I don't have any paid rewards for members. But the option is there just to show your support if you like what I'm doing. As always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.